It seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again. I hate that monster. Annoying. You have my thanks, Harmony. As do you, Groose. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been here. Duh, you give me too much credit, Granny. You were the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself and put my energy into doing what I could to help. I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Ammonia, you must wonder just what it is you've been fighting out there in the Great Pit. Oh, that's what it's called. There's much I could tell you, but suffice to say it is the root of the evil we face. When you pass through the Gate of Time, you shall learn more. We may seal it and reseal it into its prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confine it. Such is its awesome power. We must destroy it at its source or suffer this fate again and again. There's no time to lose. Hit the gate with a Skyward strike. Come on, Alray. Charge that sword of yours with that sacred force stuff Granny was talking about and zap the Gate of Time. Right on, Granny. You gotta love Groose. Indeed. Now, Harmonia, go. Go to the gate. Wah. Now we can target that. Wha-bam! I do think that the cutscenes of this game like this are definitely rather neat. Tetris. Do not fear it. I was scared. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, the very place where Zelda now waits. Go bravely, Harmonia. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you fought for so hard lies beyond this gate. Don't worry about me. We're gonna hang back here, Harmonia. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit. And Granny here keeps yapping on and on about how we never know when it might bust free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place. May as well be me. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And you know what? Forget about it. When you see Zelda, tell her I said what's up. Well, hello, past Temple of Hylia. Hey. At last, I've been expecting you, Harmonia. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will come to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You have passed through the gate of time into an era in a distant past. You will have many questions, but for now, you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you have risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Alright! Dang, I keep turning on the Doogie Cam by accident, which is just like chilling over there and such. So, hold on, I think that there's a chair over here. Yes! Yes, there is! And chairs in this game, for whatever reason, fully restore your life. Is the thing. But yeah, as for how much longer this game is, there's actually a decent bit left. I mean, as we'll see here. It does kind of lead you on to believe that, like, oh, things are wrapping up towards the finale. But it only took us literally 2 years to get to this point in the game. Isn't that great? Well, 2 years of very on and off. Come so far, Harmonia. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. You've traveled very far from home, to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all the beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised 2 separate plans and set them both into motion. You know, I was about to sneeze, and then it went away, and it almost looked like it was the same for Link there. First, she created Fi. I used to call her Fi for the longest time, but for whatever reason, nowadays I call her Fi. I think that that's, like, the official pronunciation. I think that's the way it is in Hyrule Warriors, but, like, ah, well. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan involved some really messed up crap. I mean, was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you've likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. So, while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers in her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Harmonia? You are the chosen hero. I, Zelda, Manigo Montoya, killed my father. Prepare to die. I'm the goddess reborn as a mortal. The day of the ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me.
After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here, to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of Demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. Is it bad that I think that his form as the imprisoned is way more annoying to deal with as a boss than the actual final boss of this game? It's that bad. But I must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that Hylia, rather that I, created so long ago and keep it strong for as long as I am able. The memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Monia, the goddess created Phi and the great blade she's a part of for very specific reasons. The task of standing against Demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Harmonia.
Yeah, it was annoying as heck. I want that face as an emote, honestly. If I ever take the time to, like, take more screenshots from games and turn them into, like, digital emotes for around the Discord server or something, that should probably be one of them, honestly. During your long journey, you've grown so much, and so have your eyes especially. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. Maybe. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. Yeah, I'm basically breaking my wrists in the process with this crazy challenge run. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now, those qualities reside in you. You are worthy of wielding the power the old god left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels, you have found wisdom, power, and courage. And for this, I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Harmonia. Draw your sword. Easier said than done with this controller, but thank goodness Link can probably manage it just fine for cutscene purposes. I can never draw it that well in gameplay. Bootyful! A guy says, bless your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mythical power. I thought that said mystical, but then I realized it was mythical power to drive back demons. And only Harmonia may wield it. Only Harmonia can wield this Cabela's Wiimote rifle. Never seen anybody else attempt this game or any of the other games I've played with this controller before. Harmonia, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish Demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. Plot! The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Which brings us back to you. To face Demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Harmonia, who is freaking determined enough to get all the way to this point and... Oh, crap! My nose is bleeding. This is, really not the best time for that. I got blood all over my shirt. Guess I gotta do some laundry in the middle of the stream now. That sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, crap, yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me plug my nose and finish this cutscene while my
while my bleeding nostril is plugged? Face demise and give the lad hope. The goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Harmonia. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you could wield that supreme power. I was about to make a joke about having an unbreakable spirit because of, like, getting up to this point with the Cabela's Wiimote rifle on hero mode, which seemed literally impossible at some points in this playthrough, like when I needed to do a forward stab and finally figured out how to do a forward stab with this controller and such. Or beating freaking Dark Souls' final boss with oven mitts like we did earlier. So Hylia, I mean, it's so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. Okay, Goose was saying in chat, oh no, Harmonia's getting excited by this conversation that his nose started bleeding. Hush! I used you. Oh no! I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all this, Harmonia. But you have to understand, this is war. And the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor, just like Robin in Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh man, what the heck? Ah! All that may well be intentioned and true, but that doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Harmonia, I can't say it enough. So sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever.
Beam me up, Scotty!
While it's true that I'm Hylia reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. I'm going to ask you a favor, Sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all this is over, will you come to wake me up?
Illusion of choice! I'm just gonna randomly choose one by pressing it. Yep. Time to mash X to awaken the wind crystal. That's rough, bro. Well then, yeah, I think the nosebleed has stopped, but I am gonna have to, like, take a break here in a hot second. Now that I got blood on my shirt, I'm gonna have to do some emergency laundry, so, hold on. I see you've said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There's work to be done there. Not fear for Zelda. I will watch over here. Now go and fulfill your destiny. Can I... Okay, there's a save thing for Bob here. I'm gonna save and take a brief break because I kind of have to do emergency laundry and stuff. Welcome back, Anima. Yeah, I think it's time for emergency laundry is the thing. So, sorry about this, but this is what's happened. So, you know, there's that. Let's go ahead and put up the BRB screen. I'll be back here shortly with a different shirt. Is what will be the case. So, see you really soon.